Hi everybody, welcome to Sports for All podcast. I'm your host Aiden and we have a great guest today. So do you want to introduce yourself to everybody?
Hi, I'm Niamh. I'm 18 and I live in Glasgow.
Amazing. So good to have you, Niamh. So excited for our conversation.
Excited.
So my first question is, do you want to tell us a bit about your sports background, like how you got involved in sport and how that's felt as you got older?
I actually danced for 5 years, 6 years, I think. I started off, I was that kid that would like dance in their bedroom when they were younger. Like, I absolutely loved dancing, but there was never really anywhere close by that I could go to. But then when I moved, I joined a dance school and I was like, oh, this is so fun. I love it. And then I danced there for a year and then was like, do you know what? I'm gonna try out for the competition team. And I got into the competition team. I didn't the first year round actually. The second year I got in, and then I ended up dancing competitively for about 4 or 5 years. So, and then I moved to different dance schools, and I danced competitively with them as well. And then I actually went and done a dance leader course through school and became a qualified dance leader. So I went and taught in primary schools and taught like recreational dance as well. So yeah, that's really fun.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so cool. Like I feel like yeah, that would be so fun, like going into like schools and like teaching and stuff. You
No,
probably
it
met like
really
every kind of kid under the sun.
No, so this is the thing. I got to go back to my old primary school to teach,
Oh my
which was
God.
so cute because I walked in and they were like, "Oh my gosh, Neve!" and I was so happy to see them. But I went back and taught dance there, and then I also danced with my school team as well. And we danced a lot in the secondary school competition that our schools kind of do. So we ended up winning as well this year, which was really fun. So I was really happy.
Yeah, well done. And especially
Thank
like
you.
being your last year as well, like to win like this year.
It was a style that we done as well. It was jazz, which is like really not my strong point. And I'd quit dance as well, I think a year before. So I'd been out of dance for a year. So then I went back to it and I was like, oh, this is gonna go so badly. Like this is not
No.
gonna go well. And then we won and we were really happy. And it was nice because it was our last year. So the 6 years all got to win their last competition. So it was really good.
Yeah, no, that was amazing. Such good timing as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. So my next question is slightly unrelated, but I guess it could kind of like tie into the skills. So obviously, like I know you through all the social action and stuff. So do you
Yeah.
want to like tell me a bit about the projects that you've been involved in over the last like few
Oh,
years?
So, like you were saying, I'm an IWIL ambassador, and that's how I met the lovely Eden. Um, Luckily, I met so many amazing people through that. And IWIL, honestly, I can't thank them enough. They've given us so many opportunities. It's insane. We love IWIL. We love
Yeah.
IWIL.
Shout out to I
But
will.
shout out to IWIL. But no, they have given me like so many opportunities. Like for example, speaking at conferences that were held at my school, about the way that the councils run and how like their decisions are affecting our lives as well. I'm also doing currently an opportunity called My Maiden Speech. So I am learning how to write and deliver a speech like a politician would give. And in 2 weeks, I'm going to the House of Lords to deliver it, which is terrifying. I know, scary stuff.
It was
Am I
exciting,
ready?
but also yes, Gary.
Am I ready? Absolutely not. Um, But yeah, all sorts of things. I've been able to go down to London multiple times with IWIL to go and celebrate the 10 years of the IWIL movement, which was really fun. That was a really good time. Gosh, they've honestly just given us so much that's like so difficult to
Yeah.
actually remember the stuff you've done. Um, some of the other things I've done as well is I used to work with a charity called Respect Me, which is Scotland's national anti-bullying service. And we got to do a lot of campaigns with them. We did a lot of anti-bullying campaigns and created resources that got used in schools when they were teaching about anti-bullying. So that was really cool. It was really good to see like the work that we'd done go into schools and see like actually real life people using it. So yeah, it's been really good.
Yeah, no, that was so cool. I love like all the amazing stuff that you've done. And like I can't wait to hear how the speech goes. Like I'm sure it'll be great.
Oh, I'm scared. It'll be on YouTube, by the way, I think. So I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
what's going
I'll
on,
put
but
the link for everybody in the description. They can go and watch it.
no, please don't.
They were like, "Yeah, go Niamh."
Oh, no, that's nice. Thank you.
Yeah, it's really exciting, and I feel like you just do so many opportunities, and then there's so much, and you're like, "What was my favorite?" Like, it's so hard to pick a favorite. I feel like.
No, but I think that sometimes this kind of links into dance, but I think dance taught me to kind of just try everything.
Yeah.
And I used to be like that in dance as well. I used to dance. There was one point where I was dancing 6 days a week, 5 days a week,
Well.
because I was just doing every style that I could because I just wanted to try everything. And I think I've definitely got that from dance, like just the wanting to try so many different things. So now every time there's a Be Collective email comes out, I'm like, yes, please sign me up.
Literally, I feel like, yeah, and you're just like you won't know what it's like until you try, right? So, and they're
Exactly.
always really good fun as well. So you're like, okay, yeah, I will definitely enjoy it.
Exactly.
Yeah, amazing. So my next question is, well, you've kind of already touched on this actually. What have been some of your biggest achievements in dance, but also in social action? Probably quite a hard question.
That's a good question though. I think um there's two different sides. Like my physical achievements in dance, I would say my first time placing in a competition. I remember like I was sitting with my friend at a competition and there was like a live scoreboard of people's scores from the competition, and when I saw me and her move up to second and third, I was like, that was the first time I'd ever placed in a competition, so that was like one of my biggest achievements. Um, and my winning my first competition as well as like a solo and not as a team. That was really exciting because it was in a style that I wasn't as strong in. So then when I won, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'd done that. Um, but yeah, and like I said as well, when we won the secondary school dance competition, that was one of my best memories of school. I actually put it in my yearbook. Like winning the
No,
competition is like my best memory of school. Um,
yeah,
I think just because not only because it was a style I wasn't strong in, but also it was just we worked so hard on that routine.
yeah.
And it was a Michael Jackson theme dance as well. So like it was such a fun routine to do. Like we had such a
That's
good
so
time.
sweet.
I think though social action slash dance as well, I think my confidence, getting my
Yeah,
confidence back up was like my biggest achievement because I went from like so low with my confidence to I'm not saying so high because that's gonna make me sound so like odd, but like no, I don't mean it like that. I mean like my confidence just like skyrocketed, and I think a lot of that did have to do with dance and also social action as well.
yeah,
Because I hated like public speaking. Like the amount of times I messaged you and I was like, Ian, I can't do this. I can't do this tomorrow. Like this is too stressful. And yeah, I think the fact that I was able to like stand up and do a lot of public speaking through social action, that was so important to me because I just was able to be like, no, you can actually do this. And then I just
yeah.
started pushing myself to do it all the time.
Once you get in, you're like, okay, no, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it all the time. Like you kind of
Uh,
like, yeah, I was the same. Like when I started, I was like, oh, public speaking. Like, no, I
I
cannot do
know.
that. But
No, because I
yeah.
remember the first I will call we had, and people were like, "Oh, do you want to introduce yourself?" And I was like, "No, no, I don't."
What did I say?
I was like, "What do I say?"
Yeah.
But I think since then, like through working in social action and things like speaking in Scottish Parliament and going down to London as well, it was just such a good thing for my confidence because I was just able to do so much more because I actually believed in myself.
No, absolutely. And I feel like even like from like our first event that we did together as well, like I feel
Uh-huh.
like both of us have just like come on so
I
much since then.
know.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because I
Yeah.
remember as well our anti-bullying event that we did for Iowa Week. It was what week was it 2023?
Yeah.
Shut.
I
Oh
know.
my gosh.
That was
That was
insane.
ages ago. That's insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, when we done it, like I remember we had so many technical issues and it was just so stressful and the two of us were like we hated that. But I was like, okay, so that person's frozen, let's move on to the next thing. But I think if
Literally.
you asked me to do that, to deal with that at the start of I will, I would have just been like, no, end the call.
Yeah. Yeah. I just like I can't do this anymore.
Can't do
But
this
like I
today.
feel like yeah, I feel like we just like learn how to like adapt and like you just learn so much from it. Like
You do.
social action, we love you.
Love. We love I will. We love social action.
Yeah. They'll definitely be like sponsor this podcast.
Exactly. I will sponsor this podcast, please.
Yeah. Love that. So my next question, another big one. I'm giving you all the big questions.
Oh,
Love it. Um, is who have been some of your biggest inspirations in sport, but also generally in general life?
wow. If we're
Big
talking
one.
about if we're talking about just in general, like I would say this sounds like such a typical one, but I would say my mum's been my biggest inspiration.
Yeah.
She is so she's just so determined. Like my mum's been quite involved in sport as well when she was younger. She used to play hockey and then also she's quite involved in the gym as well. So I think I got a lot of my like determination from her. But she honestly she's such a strong, like inspiring person. Like if I could grow up to be anybody, I would be like my mum. Like she's just taught me so much, and like even just
Yeah.
simple things like not giving up and just keep trying and trying to find a different way to do things. Like I just think I've always just looked up to her and been like, I wish I could be like you.
Yeah. Mums are the
But
best.
they are. Honestly, I don't know what I would do without my mum. My mum is
Yeah,
literally like
literally.
my right hand. Like I need her in my life.
Partner in
Um,
crime.
exactly, 100%. And we've been through so much together as well. And just the fact that I've always had her, she's just been such an inspiration to me, which is so nice. In sport though, this is difficult because there's so many in sport that I
Yeah.
absolutely love. Dance specifically, I would say someone called Briar Nolly. She was a dancer. She's a Canadian dancer. She danced on World of Dance, and she also danced on a show that I used to watch all the time when I was younger called The Next Step. Yeah. So
Classic.
yeah, she played Rochelle. And I
Oh,
absolutely love her. She's just so determined and she just tries so hard and you can see it through her dance, and she's had so many like barriers that she's overcome as well, and the fact that she's at the level she's at when she's had so many things happen is just insane. So I've always kind of looked at her and been like, you're amazing. Like if I ever met
yeah.
her I'd probably die. Yeah, I would definitely say she's been one of my kind of biggest people that I've looked up to in sport. Like when I used to dance I absolutely loved her.
Yeah. I love that. Two really inspirational people. I love it. Yeah. Amazing. So my next question is, what skills have you learned from being a dancer and how have they helped you in like life and like social action?
I'd say another skill that I've probably developed through dance was resilience. So, for
Yeah.
example, when I during lockdown specifically, see, I had quite a small space I was living in, so having to try and do a dance class in a small bedroom was quite difficult. I was always the amount of times I would like kick my door or something, or like I would do something really stupid, something would get broken. It would be, um, it was just mental. But I think it kind of taught me because I love dance so much. I just found a way to make it work.
Yeah.
If even if that meant going outside, like to go and
Yeah.
just like do the
Literally.
lessons in
That
the
was the
garden.
good thing about the lockdown there, like the nice weather. Like I feel like that
I
helped so
know
much. Like you can just like
it,
do stuff with so much more.
it was good timing it being during summer.
Yeah, literally.
But no, that definitely resilience kind of was a thing I developed a lot through dance when I was still doing it, and then also that kind of applied to social action as well, because there was a lot of times where I would speak to someone about a really important issue that I cared about, and I just felt like they weren't listening. So then I had to be
Yeah.
like, right, it's not the end of the world that they're not listening. You just need to find someone else.
Yeah.
Whereas before I would just be like, oh, nobody wants to listen to me, but I
They
just
don't
like give
care.
up.
Yeah.
Obviously, no one cares. But they absolutely don't. That is one message I would give. If people care,
Yeah.
you'll find someone. Um, and yeah, so resilience definitely, commitment as well. See, like I said, see when I was dancing like 5, 6 days a week, I wasn't allowed to just, I could stop if I needed a break, but it was quite full on. So
Yeah,
I think,
especially with school as well. Like,
well, yeah, that was a whole other issue. But yeah, I had to be very committed to what I was doing, especially because I was in a team. I was always having to make sure that I was showing up on time. I knew what I was doing when I got to the class. I was costumes and everything were all sorted. Yeah, it was just such like commitment and time management was so important. So I definitely got the chance to develop that over the years. And then applying that to my social action as well. There are so many times, like, you see, when you're an IWL ambassador, there is so much going on in your life, and it is such a good opportunity. But there are times you feel like all you do is answer emails.
yeah, literally.
It is, it is honestly, it is such a good thing though. Like, if anyone ever said to me, "Oh, I was thinking about applying," I'd be like, 100%. It teaches you so much. It teaches you how to be more confident, more motivated, speaking to so many different people. Like, your communication skills, you'll know as well, your communication skills just skyrocket. Like, you're able to speak
Yeah.
to so many different people. Um, but yeah, at the same time, you need time management.
Yeah, no,
Um,
definitely. It's such a like a transferable skill. Like it's gonna help you forever. Like these skills
exactly.
are gonna help you forever, and you don't realize it at the time. You don't realize you develop them, and then you're like, actually, yeah, that has actually really helped me.
Yeah, exactly. And even just things with dance as well, especially time management. I've jumped all over the place with what I'm talking about.
That's
Welcome
fine.
to my life. I do that a lot. Um,
Yeah,
but with
that's one of
dance
it.
specifically, with dance specifically, when I was a dance leader and I was going to different schools, I had to make sure that I was showing up on time because there was kids there waiting to get taught the
Yeah,
dances. So I couldn't just show up 5 minutes late and be like, oh, sorry, I'm late. I was like making sure that I was there on time and I knew what I was doing. Um, yeah, so I would say they're probably time management, commitment, and resilience and motivation have probably been the four that I've learned the most. Also, you just learn how I feel like you just get better at kind of being yourself. Like, see,
yeah,
when you go into somewhere and you don't know, you're not familiar with the place, I feel like you try and act like you're someone else
yeah.
and you try and be very, very official. But then, see, when I was going and doing dance classes as a dance leader, I was falling about all over the place and laughing and making jokes, and I was just being myself. I was being my clumsy, odd self. But I love that. I'd rather be like that than try and be someone else that I'm not.
Yeah, exactly. Like authenticity is so important.
Exactly. That's the word. See, I love this podcast.
Yeah. And like it's such a good like kind of way to just like step out of your comfort zone. Like so my next questions are on like the barriers and challenges that like maybe you face, but also like maybe other young people face in getting involved in sport. And like how maybe can these be overcame or how what have you kind of found that's helped you?
Um, Personally, I think barriers I've faced in sport, um, my main one was definitely confidence.
Yeah,
But I think with confidence, it's a case of just pushing yourself. Like you
yeah.
were saying, see, pushing yourself out your comfort zone. Like you will just start to realize it's okay.
Yes,
You're gonna
it's
feel
fine. Just
uncomfortable, but you're fine. You're gonna be okay. But I know that can maybe be having a more negative impact on people because I know a lot of people maybe can just be like, no, I can't do that. That's not going to happen. I
yeah.
can't like push myself to do that. But I think with that, probably having a really supportive coach is so important.
Yeah.
Because I know specifically for one of my dance schools, I would go to my coach and I'd be like, look, this is happening. She's like, right, okay, how can we fix it? And she would always be there for me. And she was just such a lovely woman. She's honest, like we still talk as well. She's so lovely.
Oh,
Um, but
shout out.
exactly, I know, honestly. But having such a supportive coach who's there to listen to you and just wants you to succeed. Um, that's so important, especially with dance. I think that dance is an odd sport because see, unless you want to go and do it as a career, you kind of need to give it up at one point, like
Yeah,
competitively,
yeah,
because you can't continue the competitiveness unless you go and do it as a career, really. I feel like.
yeah,
But having a coach that if you do, when I got to that point where I was thinking I need to focus on school because I know that I need school to get to the point where I want to be in the future,
yeah,
I kind of had to say to my coach, like, look, I don't think I can continue with this. And as much that broke my heart, by the way,
yeah.
because having to give up dance felt like losing part of my life.
Yeah, it's so hard. It's like a massive part of your identity, and you're like, oh my gosh.
I know. Well, that's the thing, because if I wasn't at school, I was at dance. So it was
Yeah,
like, it was just so weird not being there anymore. But I think when I kind of said to my coach, like, I'm not going to be doing this anymore, it's too difficult. And she just was like, I absolutely understand. And she said, if you ever want to come back, you can. And she was just so lovely about it. But that mindset was what made the difference between it being a pause, like, not a positive experience me leaving dance in terms of oh I couldn't wait to get out, like a
yeah,
positive experience as in I felt happy leaving rather than feeling really sad that nobody understood. So
yeah,
yeah, I think the coach, your coach is the main point. I think that a lot of kids probably I feel like accessibility is sometimes an issue as well,
yeah,
not only like for example location, like if a kid
yeah,
who's living in a quite a rural area, not really near any cities, a lot of these places are kind of found in town centres or cities, and it's difficult to get to. So and this is one thing I've always said, and especially like our council meetings that we used to have, the conferences I was talking about earlier, so many young people talked about how bad transport is. So trying to get like two places when you live in a rural area is so difficult. So I think definitely being able to have more, whether it's transport that gets fixed in terms of going to rural areas, or if it's bringing
yeah,
these kind of clubs and activities out more with cities, then that would definitely fix a lot of the issues, I think, for a lot of young people.
yeah, definitely. Like one bus per day or whatever is not gonna be able to like allow
Exactly.
people to go to clubs or anything.
I know. And especially there's certain clubs and activities that are obviously based in more rural areas as well. I feel like things like horse riding and things like
Yeah,
that, you don't exactly have those in like a town centre or a city. But it's just the more bringing out things like dance. I know Henry was on the podcast as well, like things like swimming as well. So many swimming centres and leisure centres, they need to be kind of brought out a bit more, I think.
yeah,
Um,
they're all in the one place.
I know.
But hopefully it'll get better. We just need to keep talking about it and like
Yeah,
see if we
I
can
think
get people to do something about it.
this is where things like see social action as well, being able to go and speak about these things. Because social action, I think a lot of people think of social action as just volunteering,
Yeah,
and they think about
so
just
much more
being,
than that.
and it can be that. Like I think a lot of people think it's just standing in a charity shop and volunteering, and but I feel like so many people say that, and really it's not. It's that you can do that. That is part of social action, but also having the opportunity to go and speak to people who can make changes is so important, and that is a lot of social action. You're going out, socializing with other people, and going to say like, this is a really bad issue that we need to fix. How are the ways that we can fix it? That's really important, but you can link that into sport, and I think that's why so many kids need to get involved in social action and volunteering, because the issues they care about that they don't think they can fix, they actually can fix. They just need to be speaking to the right people.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely like about taking that. And there's also like loads of like sports organizations and stuff out there that you can get involved in.
Exactly. And like things like this as well, like this podcast, like it's a way of being more accessible to people as well because you're not actually having to physically speak to the person. You can just sit and listen to it on your phone. And you'll
Yeah.
have so many people coming on here talking about so many amazing things as well. And I don't Eden's done amazing things as well, guys. You need to look at some of the stuff Eden's done because she's amazing. But
Thank
you
you.
but you can hear about so many different things that are out there that kids might just not know about.
Yeah, there's so many opportunities out there. Like I think it's just once you get in, like we've kind of said, once you get in, you don't want to get out again.
I
Like
know you really don't.
you'll you'll just fall in love with it.
I know, and things like dance leaders, for example, I don't know. This is a Scottish qualification. I don't know if it's anything similar or offered in Northern Ireland or England or Wales, but I don't know. Do you have anything like that? Do you know about?
I don't think so. I mean, you can get like there's level one like gymnastics and stuff like that, but I do think there's like a specific one for dance.
Well, things like dance leaders, though, it's so good because you go and you do a workshop with kids, like some kids you've never met before, and you just go and get to meet them and talk to them, and you teach each other dance. You learn the skills about being a dance teacher, and it teaches you so much. You learn about the history of dance, all the different styles, and just that is so good knowledge to have if you love sport because you just even if it's not dance that you're interested in, you're getting to learn more about a sport that you maybe don't know so much about, and then you can
Yeah.
share that knowledge with other people, and it just all like links together, and it's such a big chain of good.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. And
Yeah,
like
it's really
yeah,
good.
I love like that coaching kind of like training aspect. I think it's really interesting. And then like it really I feel like it like has helped me like because I want to work with like children and young people and
Mhm.
like being able to like coach in taekwondo and then like now I do like social action and stuff's like really helped me kind of decide so it can really help.
I think that my most memorable coaches I've had in my life have been the ones that have been the most supportive and the
Yeah,
ones that
absolutely.
kind of not just been like, oh, you're only here to dance and that's it. Because I
Yeah.
feel like dance is so much more than that. Like you can bring a lot of stuff into dance and you can just there obviously so much can be going on in your life and having a coach that can also be there as well as a friend and not just for dance specifically. And that applies to everything, like you were saying, like you'll be amazing at whatever you go and do. You're because you've got all the skills, like the qualities of someone who should be in that kind of position. But yeah, I think supportiveness and having confidence in the people you're teaching as well and knowing that they're going to go
Yeah.
so far is such an important thing to do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I love that. I think, yeah, supportive teammates, supportive coaches, and then you being that supportive person for others. Because I always really like to be that kind of like person that people kind of are like, oh, that's Eden.
Exactly.
Like, she's really nice and she can help.
Eden is very nice. Um,
And so is Nate.
no, that's the other thing as well. Supportive teammates. Oh my gosh, they are so important. Having a supportive team around you is so good for dance because there are times you will walk into that studio going, I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this today. It's too cold. I'm too tired. I don't want to be here.
Yeah,
Um,
I would like to go back to bed.
well, the amount of times I would walk in for a lesson and it would be freezing cold in that studio. The floor was freezing cold. I was sick, like shivering with my jumper on. And then our teacher would be like, right, warm up time. And I'm like, no, I don't want
No.
to do this today. But then having that friend beside you that was like, no, we can do it, it'll be fine. Like, it's so
Yeah.
important.
It's like the little
Especially,
motivation that you need. You're like, yay, okay.
especially when you're 4 hours into a rehearsal and you just want to go home.
Yes. Like I can't keep going. My body's just saying no.
My body's giving up at this point.
That actually leads us on to my last question. Oh my goodness, crazy times. Um, it is what advice would you give to a young person wanting to get involved in sport or dance or also social action, but they might not have the confidence or
It's easier said than done, but I would say just
even
push yourself and try it. I
yeah,
think you'll find I did so much random sports when I was younger. I actually did taekwondo as well when I was younger. I played football as well at one point. I hated it, if I'm being
Yeah.
honest.
Same.
Um,
I
I
did a
say I played
summer camp
football.
and it was the worst week of my
That's what I mean. I say I play football. I joined like a little like summer camp thing at a leisure centre when I was
life.
like 7 or 8, and I hated it. It was terrible. Um, I played netball at one point as well, and but you do so many things, and you'll find the thing that you enjoy. Like it doesn't need to be dance. You could start off at football. No, you could start off at dance and be like, I hate this. This is terrible. And then you go and try so many different things, and then you land on something. You're like, no, I
Yeah.
love this. This is what I want to do. Um, so definitely just try so many different things because you'll know when you get there. You might feel uncomfortable the first class, but then the second or third one you'll be like, oh no, this is actually okay. I actually quite like
Yeah.
this. It doesn't need to be competitive. To
Yeah.
be good
That's a big
at
one.
it, you don't need to be competitive. I always felt when I was younger that if I wasn't on the competition team, I wasn't good at dance. And then I realised that the competition team was not the lifestyle I liked because it was so competitive, so much drama, um,
Yes.
so much. I felt bad for my mum. It was so much money, um, and then yeah, just so much time got taken up as well, which I had to take away from school, and it just mentally was not good for me because
No.
I was coming home from dance at 9 o'clock at night and studying for my exams until 10:30, and then waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning for school, and it just was not a good
You couldn't
idea.
sustain it.
You can't sustain it. So if you're someone who's like me who absolutely loves school and like loves putting so much time towards school, I would say just you can try the competition kind of style, but if you feel like it's stressing you out, it's not right for you. But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean you're bad at dance or it doesn't mean you're bad at your sport. It's just you're making the right decision of looking after yourself rather than winning trophies and
Yeah,
medals.
absolutely. So important.
So I would definitely say that. Another thing I would say as well is with social action, um, if you feel like you're not being listened to, if you're speaking to someone, then don't settle for that. Find someone else. I think that a lot of the time you'll have people, I'm not gonna lie, you'll have people who are just not gonna listen to you at some points. And
Yeah.
you kind of just
Yeah.
need to accept that. There are some people that just will not listen. So I think when you kind of think, right, who else is there that I can speak to? And then you speak to people, you do find the right person who will want to help you and will want to fix the issue that you're worried about or help contribute towards solving some part of the issue. Um, yeah, I would say that's definitely a big thing. I think your main thing is though just confidence. I think you just need to push yourself to try new things and
Yeah.
realize that there's always someone there to fall back on as well. Especially if you're working for charities such as I Will in UK Youth, you'll always have someone who you can go to and be and say to them, I'm not having the best day, and they'll be there to support you. You'll always have
Yeah.
support no matter what. There's always someone there.
Yeah. No, absolutely, definitely. Like there's just so many people that really care and like really get it
Oh
and like
yeah,
who'll
and
be
you
there for you. So yeah.
I know, and you meet the most amazing friends through it as well. Like I wouldn't have met Eden if I didn't become an I Will ambassador, and I wouldn't have met
Yeah.
all of the other amazing people that I've met through I Will and through Respect Me as well. One of my best friends, who actually is also an I Will ambassador. Shout out to Eva, we love her.
Eva.
I met her through Respect Me, and we actually weren't going to become I Will ambassadors unless she said to me, "Do you want to do this?" So I think it's the fact that I met Eva at Respect Me, and then we kind of went from there and we moved on to I Will. You just bring so many amazing people through your life with you, and it's friends that you just make for lifelong. Like you
Yeah.
honestly just make the most amazing memories, and you just have these friends that are just always going to be there for you as well.
Absolutely. Definitely. I totally agree. That's some great advice. Thank you so much, Niamh. It's been so good to chat to you. You're incredible and just keep being amazing.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. It would be great if you could give it a follow and if you could give it a rating. If you want to connect with me further, you can find me on LinkedIn at Eden Byrne or on X at Eden71003.